What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. First, I want to say this. You guys who have been here with me for a minute, you know I do not do reality TV show reviews, but I like to do these reality chats. If I see something on a reality show that I've watched, one of the reality shows that I'm interested in, and I just see something on the show that I want to discuss and talk about and get your thoughts, your views, and your opinions on it, it's all for us to chat about it. I'm not here to do reality reviews of these shows. But I just have to say this, okay? And you all can let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because I felt like I missed something when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville, because no, I don't sit and wait for the show to come on. I know when it comes on, and I usually am watching the replay of it. I'm watching it on the DVR or whatever you call it on YouTube TV. So I'm not watching it when it comes on so that I can come and do a review of it. But from last week to this week, did I miss something? Because we left off from the last episode with them being in Houston and the cast being on a retreat, and they were all getting some therapy session with this woman that I was interested in seeing more of this woman, because it seemed like she was very knowledgeable of her craft of therapy, knew what she was doing. And I kind of missed that aspect from the doctor who used to be on the show that was doing therapy with the people that we know. A lot of them were not listening to what he had to say, Dr. Francis. So maybe he quit. Maybe he was like, look, I'm not wasting my time with these niggas no more, because this is serious to me, and I'm not just in this to get exposure on a television show. So seeing that last episode and where it ended, where it was like a cliffhanger, right? To going into this new episode, which was actually the season finale, which I was shocked by as well. Not saying that I felt like there was going to be a whole lot more episodes to come, but it just shocked me. I really didn't expect it to happen the way that it happened. So they left on this cliffhanger of them being in Houston to on this most recent and final finale episode of this season, where they're all back in Huntsville from Houston. And it just seemed weird. So to me, it seemed like they left some things out. I don't know whose direction that was, but I just didn't care for it. So I'm just going to be honest. I didn't care for it. I'm not saying that there was going to be a whole lot more that was going to be revealed, but I felt like they wasted so much time on that last episode showing Martell showing out, wilding out like he does, acting crazy and outrageous and showing all of his narcissistic emotions over this lost marriage that he destroyed, and trying to destroy the views of other people against Melody to make her look like something that she is not. So they spent all of that time on that. And then this episode, they're no longer in Houston, and now they're back in Huntsville. That was just weird to me. So you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But this is what I wanted to talk about, guys. We all know that Martell is absolutely crazy. There's nothing sane about him at all. But seeing, I honestly, I can't stand him. Those of you who've been here with me for a minute, which I do appreciate all of you who have been here with me for a minute now, I really can't stand him. I can't stand the looks of him. I can't stand the sound of his voice. I really can't stand him, okay? So it was hard for me to sit there and watch this episode and watching him have this discussion with Melody where all he was really doing was lying. And I mean, that's all that he does. He can't help himself. But I don't know if this was his attempt to try to make amends with her, or this was Melody's efforts to go ahead and allow him to expose himself even more, because he is such a liar. Anything that he says that comes out of his mouth, she's able to dispute it, debunk it, and destroy it. So I love seeing this conversation. Even though I can't stand him, I just love seeing her. I just saw the words, never back down. That's what I was seeing the entire time that I saw her just going through this wind tunnel of lies with him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me sing here.
Who are those for?
These are for you.
From who?
From me. For you. From me.
Martell, sweetie.
No, listen.
We are so divorced, honey.
I know. It's okay,
We're
though.
no newlyweds around here. Nice gesture, but I think it's very inappropriate. You know,
No, I don't
aren't
think
you
it's-
dating Sheree?
I'm not dating anybody. I'm single.
Well, I'm dating. So it's kind of inappropriate.
Okay, well, these still are for you.
Well, you know what? Give them to the kids.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy you're dating. That's good.
Yeah?
Yep, that is good.
Awesome.
So I come to this meeting, bringing her some flowers, trying to be nice, but like always, she's focused on the negative. And certain things are not going to help us move forward. When we were in Houston, we kind of had a little back and forth. I didn't want it to, ruin the little small things that we built in order to, co-parent the way we're doing right now, Since the last day in court, I think things have gotten a lot better with us, and I think co-parenting has gotten a lot better. And I talked to Chris, he had told me that in our relationship, you didn't feel protected. And, I want to apologize for that, because I didn't know that. I know some of the situations that I put you in, it not only hurt you, but you did feel unprotected. And really, I am sorry for that.
So you all heard that BS, right? Him saying that he wanted to apologize because he had a conversation with Chris Fletcher. And Chris let him know that Melody let him and Nell know that in their relationship, she didn't feel protected. What the heck? What are you talking about? It's laughable. And that's why Melody was giving him the facial expressions that she was giving him. Because she is just like, nigga, you're so full of it right now. I mean, you always are full of it. But first of all, we were married for, how long were they married? Like 16 years or something like that? And he had been continuously cheating on her. And like I've told you all before, nobody can tell me that is being unfaithful, that's sleeping around on their partner, that they are using precautions, that they're quote unquote practicing safe sex. That's like an oxymoron. You're being unfaithful, you're a liar, but you're practicing safe sex. Get the hell out of here. You're despicable, you're disgusting. And so just the fact of, don't forget the emotions of her feeling unprotected, the physicalities of her being unprotected because he was sleeping around on her. And we don't know this, and I'm not saying that this has happened, but if it didn't happen, it's none of our business, and she doesn't have to come out here and say it. But who's to say that he didn't not just get somebody else pregnant multiple times? We know they had one baby, and I believe she did admit when she did the interview with Tasha K that she's had abortions, due to him impregnating her, okay? So who's to say that he also didn't bring back some STD at some point in time, too, that she had to go to the doctors to take some prescriptions for? And let's just say, I don't know, and I'm not saying that that's happened, but it definitely is a possibility. Because like Melody said, she, meaning the forever side chicken, was not the only one that he was sleeping around with on her. So you were physically not protecting her because you were out here whoring yourself around when you made vows to be with her for better or for worse, and he constantly complained about her. So it was never anything good. So for him to sit and say that he had to have a conversation with someone else to let him know how that other person said she felt unprotected. And even if that was the case, how many years has it been since Melody decided to cut the cord and say, I'm done, discard, trash man, come and pick up the garbage that I just put out on the curb? And Arionne came, drove up, put him in her trunk and said, let's go. She picked up the trash off of the curb that Melody discarded. So who even cares at this point in time? Because I'm quite sure Melody isn't looking for an apology. But that scene happened after the Houston trip where he was going off to the other people about her. I'm not saying he was going off on her because that would be laughable, but he was going off about her to the other people that were there, saying that she, trying to destroy her, trying to bury her, and trying to destroy him, trying to bury him, trying to get him locked up. So what is he talking about? He's disgusting. And it was so hard because if you looked at his facial expressions and you looked at his eyes when he said these flowers are for you, and she's like, it's inappropriate, I'm dating someone. When he heard that she said, I'm dating someone, the eyes that he gave her, he was not okay with that. This, I feel, psychopathic creature really has in his thoughts that she will always be his, no matter if she changed her name, no matter if she got the divorce finalized, no matter if she is dating and possibly may marry someone else. He sees Melody as, you will never be able to replace me. You will always be mine, even if I'm doing whatever I wanted to do. So it's just honestly very, very, very disturbing seeing his facial expressions as she's sitting there having this conversation with him.
Being where we are, being in the good place we are, and no, we're not. Even watching you, Miss Nell, watching her come out screaming and hollering and crying. What's wrong?
I will bust my tail in his face. Now did you cheat on him too? Please give me the goddamn answer.
Only time I talked to anybody was when I went with Martell no more, and I never went back.
Are we talking about when you was coming for me, hurting me, and every little
I can't do the
thing you do? Melody, she used to leave the house. Say, I'm going to the hotel for 2 days.
So everybody does what they need to do for their me time, for their calming down time. And now because you got caught cheating on these years, I was cheating. Man, get that out of here. So the fact that you are still being an agent of chaos honestly reconfirms that you still ain't grew up.
It's my hope that that we can stand up in a place of peace.
We're not in a place of peace.
What will it take for us to get to that space? That's my whole thing.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't do anything toward you.
Okay.
I've been waving that white flag for so long now.
Yeah, see, that's where the problem comes in. You pretend wave a white flag while you doing other stuff behind the scenes. So I don't see your flag. Your flag waving is a red declare war flag. Martell playing mind games, that's just what he does. Like him showing up here today with these flowers, this smile on his face, like Prince Charming, when we all know that he's responsible for all of the stuff happening on social media pertaining to me. That could change people's opinions about me by him giving these false narratives. He's responsible for that.
We got all this stuff that we're gonna
and you should have thought about all of those things whenever you allowed others as well to attack the person you have 4 children with. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're the battery in the back. No, you're not.
No.
So, yes, you are.
I don't control nobody.
But a lot of the things that are said are things that come from your mouth.
No.
Yes, they are. No. Talking about when you was calling me hoes and bitches, that was an attack on mine.
Oh.
I know you should be shaking your dang on head at yourself.
I ain't did.
You always doing. You was doing 3 days ago in Houston. What is you blowing up and saying all these inaccuracies for to these people? You always doing that. You always doing that. No, it ain't accurate. No, it's not actually accurate. You said to me that when we were married, I was going to hotels cheating on you. That's a goddamn lie.
I didn't say you wanted this.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that you was.
Yes, you did. And you've said it multiple times.
There's a possibility, because I don't, because like me.
Well, we know you were cheating.
It's okay. Okay. I'm sorry for that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not
if
sorry
I knew
for
they
cheating.
were going to destroy what we had, all this, it wouldn't have been like it is.
What you mean?
If I knew that what I did was going to destroy.
How could you not know that all that you did would have destroyed?
That it was going to destroy my whole family and put us at odds like this? No, I would not have.
What did you think we was going to be walking around being Mary Poppins?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's playing a toll on me, and still playing a toll on you, the children. Like certain decisions we make for the school, certain decisions they make with everything. It all stemmed from that, what I did that I
repeatedly
so just regret from the depths of my heart. I regret. I'm like, if I knew, now it's like it wouldn't be this way. You know what I'm saying?
You should have listened.
We can't be in a bad space and try to co-parent. I think we all got to get in a much better space and stay there.
You continue to do stuff. Like, let's keep it 100.
I don't want. Listen, when you leave here, I do not want you to be even more mad at me.
To be real with you, you don't affect me like that.
So why you can't forgive me then? Why you can't get that off your heart? It shouldn't even be there.
You don't get to tell me when I move past anything. And the fact of the matter is, you always doing something.
So Mel, she's so focused on the past, she can't see all the great stuff that I'm doing in the present. And I feel that being the father of her 4 children, she should want to be on a better page. She should want like what's best for all of us, instead of just being so nitpicky and focus on all these small little things that happened so long ago.
Why are you wearing that ring that I got you in 2008?
Same reason you got that ring that I bought you in 2010.
You did not buy this for me.
I did.
No, you didn't.
And you got it on your wedding finger as well. So
you did not buy me this. Why?
I guess you got the memo.
I just got this a year ago. Why you got the ring on?
So I'm manifesting.
Manifesting, child.
I want to be married again.
But you should be manifesting with something of the new, not of the old. You know, since it was so bad anyway. You know, let you tell it.
Well, it wasn't so bad for me.
Obviously, that's what you say. That's how you act.
Yeah. But anyway, our marriage wasn't all bad. I mean, we had great times. Did everything together. I think that we really tried to make each other happy in the marriage, you know. So
really?
I think that's why it was very successful.
Oh, wow.
Our marriage was very successful.
Whew. Well, anyway, I'm going to get on up out of here. I got a flight I got to get on.
Chill out.
What else is there?
Because you're being so difficult.
I'm not being difficult. I'm being honest.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't like my honesty. I'm being honest. Just because it's not what you want to hear, it's my truth.
All right, so we all went through the wind tunnel. You heard all of the ridiculous bullcrap that he was spewing out of his mouth. And listen, the fact of the matter is, he will never admit to the wrongdoing that he did then and has been doing now. So what he tries to do is he just tries to make it seem like Melody is just still wrapped up in what pulled the trigger for her to file for divorce and to move forward with it. And he continues to do things and has continued to do things to this day, but he doesn't own up to and admit to any of those things. But also what he tries to do is he tries to correlate the actualities of what he has done to these alleged possibilities of what he is alleging Melody has done that she did not do. He actually cheated. He actually created another... Say what you want to say, but I'm just going to say what I want to say. He actually created another spawn from his loins with that, in my opinion, trash bag of a human being. Because I'm sorry, Arionne Curry, that chick is disgusting. And in my personal opinion, an adolescent I want to say in the body of an adult, but at the age of an adult, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, when I see her and I don't follow her on social media. I don't see the things that she does unless someone else like shares a story where it may be a little bit relevant and I might just peep in to see what they're talking about, but I'm not following her to see what she does. But what I see is an extremely immature person that honestly looks like a child. That's not a compliment for her, because there are a lot of people who, people would say, wow, you're of this certain age. I couldn't tell. That is seen and deemed as a compliment for many women. But to be looked at like you are a little girl because of your actions as well as the way you look, it really isn't a compliment. She, in my opinion, is so controlled by this controlling seed of a demon, a hotel, birth name Martell, child of Marlene, who seems like she's inebriated the majority of the time that I see her. Just, either a little bit tipsy or extremely tipsy and always sipping on something. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that likes to blame the parents for the way a child turned out, because when you become an adult, it's about choices. Unless you were born a crack baby or something like that, you have choices in life and you can choose to do different things. So I just don't see that as an excuse. He is a person of a certain age at this point in time, so I'm not going to blame his mama and his daddy for the way he behaves, but he will never take accountability. And I believe that a lot of the reasons why he continues to be with, but not claim, Arionne is because she is being controlled by him, and she's too immature and not intelligent enough to realize that's what he's doing. So she's trying to make it seem like it's a flex that she got Melody's ex-husband, and he didn't leave Melody for her. Melody left him because of her and said, look, if you want him, you can have him. So that's why a lot of people do have so much disdain for her, because it's like, girl, you did not take this man from his wife. His wife said you can have him, got rid of him, divorced his broke Dusty A, and said, if you want him and he wants you, y'all can have each other and he doesn't have to commit adultery anymore, because I'm done with him. And he still wouldn't claim her. He sat there on that episode and said, I'm single. And Melody didn't bring up him being in a relationship with her. She brought up him supposedly being in a relationship with Sheree, because we know when the show started out this season, that's what was supposed to be the thing. He supposedly leveled up and he got a Real Housewife of Atlanta. He got an OG of Atlanta. He got Sheree in the chateau and all this other foolishness, which a lot of people clocked as a fake relationship anyway. And he said out of his mouth, I'm not in a relationship with anyone. I'm single. Okay? I'm single. So it's just so much that we could dig into and deep dive into this, and I'm not going to spend too much more time on this in this episode. I might come back just to talk about a few other things when what relates to this most recent episode, guys. But I just had to talk about this because to see him sitting there with those demon eyes, that vitriol that's flowing through his veins that he was trying to hold back and not go off in these people's shop, getting mad at her for his own actions and wants her to pretty much just let go and let God and not be so cold towards him. But she has tried that, and he's proven over and over again that there's no winning with him. And she's not even going to try to be in this competition anymore of trying to win something that she knows is a losing battle. So it's like, she's like, no, there will never be peace. We're not in a place of peace, and we will never be in a place of peace. And he just cannot accept rejection. That's a big thing when it comes to narcissists. They cannot accept rejection. And honestly, it's dangerous. But Melody, she's smart. She's got her security. I'm quite sure that she is not fretting anything when it comes to this clown, that she's had to send Uber Eats and DoorDash and some Walmart grocery deliveries. And, getting some things over to the house through Instacart so that her children can eat while he has shared joint custody. That's why this is so asinine that he even has shared joint custody, because he can't even take care of himself. And I know that she's just like, I'm not saying she's rushing to see her little children grow up and be over the age of 18, but I know that she's just like so going to celebrate when those days of her having to share custody of her children with him are over. Because then she can be 100% done with him. Okay? And I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not wishing anything on anybody, but tomorrow isn't promised to anyone. And he better watch his evil ways, because who's to say he's even going to make it in his life until all of his children have turned, that he shares with Melody, turn the age of 18. He's evil. He's a psychopathic, evil narcissist, and I just can't stand him. And just seeing those eyes of his and how much he can't stand himself, and he can't stand that she put her foot down and said enough is enough, and she moved on and she never looked back. So him sitting there saying I'm manifesting by wearing a ring on his finger, and then lying to her saying, well, you're wearing that ring on your finger that I bought you in 2010. And she's like, Martell, you did not buy me this ring. I bought myself this ring. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So he just needs to throw it in, maybe try to make an honest woman, which she'll never be an honest woman, but try to make what they call an honest woman out of his side chicken, Arionne, and marry her, because all he had to do is say, will you? And she'd say yes before he says, cook me something to eat. And she's thinking that he's going to be proposing to her. But if he wants to be married so bad again, then marry her, because she would definitely do it, hands down. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, guys. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.